Assuming you're an adult, you can probably remember a time in the world that was more normal than right now. A time before things were so sensationalized and unstable. Across the board, we seem to be slightly cooked. Politically, economically, technologically, it feels like we're constantly teetering on the line between not normal and dangerous, and normal is becoming increasingly harder to remember. But that's also assuming you're like an adult, or you're old enough to remember a time before all of this stuff. What about all the people who aren't? Born in 1997, the oldest member of Gen Z would be 28 right now. The youngest, born in 2012, would be 13. One of these people had 19 years before 2016 to establish some sort of sense of normalcy with the world, with politics, with technology, with society at large. One of these people was 4 years old when Donald Trump first took office.
Have you ever heard the saying, any publicity is good publicity? Essentially, this idea that it doesn't matter why people are talking about something, as long as they're talking about it, you got yourself a marketing opportunity. I bring that up because I think it was 2016 where this and things like outrage marketing became the official strategy of kind of everything.
History has been made, Jake. This is a moment a lot of people are going to remember.
If you can successfully clip farm your way to the highest office we have, what's to say you can't do it everywhere else? I am not making the claim that Donald Trump invented outrage marketing. I am saying it was around this time where this strategy started to feel effective. Where Ragebait became the de facto method for success in the modern era. If enough people are talking about you, you truly can do anything. Today, we recognize outrage marketing through online terms like ragebait and engagement bait, stuff that's clearly designed to get people going. The idea being to elicit some sort of strong response, something that makes viewers want to interact or watch again, maybe comment or share to their friends. Something created for the sole purpose of interaction, and interaction for the sole purpose of maintaining relevancy. Why? Because if you're not relevant, you can't make money. On a platform like YouTube, two key metrics for the success of a video are average view duration and click-through rate. Two percentages, the amount of people who are clicking on your video when they see it, and the length they stay to watch it. The higher these percentages, the more likely your video is to be picked up by the algorithm. The more it's pushed out, the more views it gets. The more views, the more ads get seen. The more ads get seen, the more money you make. Apply these principles to every platform you interact with. This is how you make money online. Now, right off the bat, you might have noticed a problem. If you put such a strong emphasis on getting people to click on something, you have to think of what sort of stuff would get the most clicks. Is it the best videos, the best art, the best information, music, or would it be whatever riles people up the most, and whatever can package itself into the shiniest, most clickable box? There's another problem. If we're also putting such a strong emphasis on people continuing to watch something, what kind of stuff does that incentivize? What sorts of trends does that spawn? How about movie trailers that have mini trailers for the trailer so people don't scroll past? How about retention-based editing, the culprit behind everything you watch online feeling like a Mr. Beast video? These are just some of the visible consequences of incentivized slop in an online context. But as the line between life online and life not online continues to blur, these spill over to other, more dangerous parts of society. Entire weeks of news cycles spent talking about artificial logo changes and jeans commercials instead of, I don't know, the news? Politicians clip farming on C-SPAN so people will remember their names when they get to the ballot box. Entire personas being crafted to make money by talking the loudest and most frequently. Engagement bait may be the most successful way to make money, but it is also the fastest race to the bottom. Not just for art or video platforms or social media, but for everyone who has the misfortune of interacting with it. We're watching in real time as people's attention spans grow shorter, as generations and workforces and economies grow more reliant on things like AI. That doesn't feel great. If everything under our capitalist structure is to be run like a business, the least we can attempt to do is ensure business grows out of the right trends and towards the right directions. We don't get to just sit idly by as things continue to develop in more sensationalized, more slop-centered ways that will have some sort of palpable effect on the world in like a decade. The kids are not all right. How could we expect them to be? When your entire worldview has been established in the premier time for disingenuous noise, what do you think you'd be like? What do you think your kids are going to be like? And what do you think happens to a society as this generational trend continues? I'm far from the first person to talk about this or to call out these sorts of structures, and to be honest, I don't know how to fix it. But I know allowing these things to continue to worsen is not an option. When the pursuit of capital comes at the expense of a more divided, more angry, and more isolated populace, we do not call that good marketing. We call that